how disjointed it is. So when Vecinaa's on the spear, it's going to be Vecinaa just like slowly spacing out his opponents. When Vecinaa's on the cannon, that's when he's like tuning it up to 150%, going off stage, going out there through the edge guards. Let's see what Tavares and RTG have in store for the blue team.
To get into game number 1 here, as we have two kind of X-Factor teams that were not necessarily projected to make it this far in the bracket, but look to put an exclamation point on their upset runs with the top 8 qualifying spot here on the line. Look for the down sig there. Vecinaa is looking to get some spear, double spear gameplay working out on the 7. It's cool to see some 7, as we were talking about. These are two really strong picks in two strong weapon picks in the 2v2 space. Wow, that's crazy.
The double down and RTG is out. That was amazing. That was an incredible punish. That was saying, hey, you cannot press D-Sig like that. I have one of the most disjointed downers in the game, and it's going to punish your blind spot, buddy. So, gotta watch out for that. You're never really safe against spear off stage. MAK getting a couple of big hits, but then Tavares sneaking in there, finding a D-Sig, getting another big hit onto MAK, who slowly makes his way back onto the stage.
We have an even stock count here, but everyone is looking very, very close now. As the side stick comes out and whiffs, the blue team looking to play very vertically in the air to try to find their whiff punishes onto Tavares, who's playing very forward, realizing that, you know, you have the stock advantage, but now you leave your teammate in a 2v1, and Vecinaa getting the side air into MAK's nair all of a sudden makes it very difficult. Okay.
Oh, but then the D-Light recovery. Yeah, the classic, the true combo. It is able to come out, so that was nicely spaced. I feel like I never get to see bow cannon team combos, so even if it was just like a side of neutral, it was nice. That's cute. It's cool to see.
End light there, and oh, what a big read there, covering the dodge away or dash away attempt with that end light from Vecinaa. Tavares getting hit with a big side air there, puts him in a bad spot, and MAK's able to capitalize on that 2v1 with that conversion into the KO. Great stuff to cover onto RTG.
Oh, but MAK's spacing is immaculate at the moment. Tavares is able to land with the end light. RTG on the left side, able to get the weapon toss. Tavares on the right side. Is he going to be able to get the edge guard? Yes, he will. Red team coming together, joining forces, winning the respective edge guards. You know, they've got like their backs against each other, and then they're winning both of their fights. Amazingly done.
Very, very important. The red team now realizing we have a lead, and we're going to put Tavares in a very similar spot in the previous stocks, playing very aggressively there. Gets reversaled with the recovery, but you're happy as long as your teammate can avoid this 2v1 and some team damage from the blue team stifle their advantage. And the red team now with Tavares on a fresh stock looks to find the KO and looks to steal the game away. Tavares is my MVP of this game so far. He's absolutely going lights out on the battle boots. What a round.
And he's able to go out there. He's able to get the stock. He gets the edge guard, and just like that, the red team comes up in this set, taking game number 1. Yeah, they seem pretty dominant. Their edge guarding seemed phenomenal. Aside from like that, you know, like one really good edge guard sequence we got to see from Vecinaa. Against the Chun-Li from RTG, right? Where he was able to get like the double down, which was really nice. I feel like the red team has been the one consistently winning a lot of these edge guard sequences. You mentioned that Tavares is your GOAT, he's your MVP for that game 1. He has to be the same for me as well. His signature connection percentage must be quite high. He was able to find almost everything that he was looking for.
Yeah, I mean, he did 500 damage in the previous game, more than anybody else. Almost as much damage as Vecinaa and MAK did together. So Tavares, definitely the MVP, and is somebody that, no matter what position Tavares is put in, whether he has to play point or has to play more adaptively with his teammate, it works out in a big way for RTG and Tavares. As we get into game number 2, we're going to look to MAK and Vecinaa to see if this double spear composition can make something happen. But so far, it's been the Tavares show here in this set.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
So we're going to Miami Dome for game 2. I'm curious to see how this is going to change things, but honestly, I guess like the Spirit's really nice because you get to have a lot of really crazy juggles. You get to shove under the platforms, and then like with bow as well, the way that you threaten with neutral, the way that you threaten with endlight. So we'll see how that comes into play. MAK, he's backing off a little bit here. He's able to catch Tavares stacked on him. He's able to get another neutral. He's finding all those openings. Vecinaa not going to be able to get the recovery. Tavares tried to set up the edge guard. MAK not going to be able to find that down air. Tavares just keeps on avoiding all these critical hits.
The movement so far has been looking better and better. The side air comes out, and Vecinaa getting sent off stage. The red team seem to be kind of leveling up here, and a big whiff side signature. Because of the stance swap into the flames, it has a lot more end lag. It's a bigger hitbox, it lasts longer, does more damage, but because of that makes it more punishable. So being the punishable, that side air is going to get interrupted with that downer, and MAK is going to find the KO on the bow. The end sig will find the KO onto
MAK wasn't able to stop it in time. Yeah, that end sig, it is quick, it is lethal, and it is difficult to punish, let me tell you. You just have to be in the right place, right time. Maybe he had to like dash an end light, but he didn't have it that time around. Neutral aid comes out. RTG still just looking for a way to be able to land. The next neutral aid does come out as well, but they've got to find that stock. He's off stage. Can Vecinaa find something? RTG just makes it back on.
Cider there is going to connect onto MAK, and Vecinaa is looking to avoid anything. Tavares looks to get a flip there with a GC downlight, potentially trying to find an early KO onto Vecinaa. MAK getting disarmed there is a big opportunity for the red team to isolate Vecinaa here, but they do find another hit onto MAK. An Ensign comes out from RTG and it gets punished by the side air from MAK, but a recovery hits his own teammate and his opponent, finds the KO onto MAK, and Vecinaa with the flame side stick is going to have too much lag.
He almost had the weapon toss. But he didn't even need it because Vecinaa is now knocked down last stock. RTG has had somehow amazing survivability. The side sig into the GC and light as well. That is so much damage. RTG finally knocked down to a second stock. Tavares, he's dash jumping, he's dash landing, he is schmoving, and MAK was like, okay, slow down, buddy. Watch it.
Side light there into the Nair. MAK looking to find that KO very early onto Tavares, relatively early in this 2v2 space. Side light into the turnaround side air. Tavares puts himself in a bad spot. RTG avoids any pressure.
He thought that MAK would cross him up. He didn't get the end light. Instead, he got hit himself here. He's able to punish the D-Sig from Vecinaa. That's the first time that we saw that D-Sig all day.
GC downlight into the recovery, doesn't connect. Another side light attempt there as RTG gets hit, but Vecinaa finds a signature, I think, or maybe a side, or might have been a cannon recovery, actually. Recovery, yeah, I missed the move, but it definitely found the KO.
But right now, MAK is knocked down to his last stock. RTG almost had the punish on the whip cannon side of Vecinaa. Oh my gosh, RTG, he keeps committing off stage. Vecinaa, he wasn't able to get the sidelight in time. The neutral, hey, whoa, what happened? What happened to you? How'd you SD? How did that happen to you? How do you let that happen to you? He wasn't ready to go.
You're so young. It just happens so early sometimes. And those moments and those SDs can really shift the momentum further into the red team's favor, as now the 2v1 will ensue and make it very, very difficult for MAK to make anything happen here. And difficult for the blue team as they have to reverse 3-0. I'm going to call it here. I think the red team have this one in the bag.
Wow, that's a tough bet, man. Yeah, I mean, they're really ahead. Their combos have been phenomenal. Tavares' advantage is ridiculous as well. The survivability has been on point, but let's see if MAK is able to make anything happen. You can always get that one early KO off the top. If you catch them slacking, if you catch them without a dodge, if you read the dodge, you get the recovery, you get the GC D-Light, anything that can happen, PJ.
Have to be so careful as Tavares looks for that KO. MAK on the spear. I mean, like, spear is good, but it's not like rocket lance in the 2v1 where you can really, like, separate people.
Why did he dash in? Was he trying to catch Tavares? That's my only guess. I don't know why he misspaced his D-Sig like that.
Another D-Sig attempt, a no punish from the red team. Miami Dome is kind of the a great spot for this to be on, but there, okay, you got a jump caught with the end light, down light into the side air, and gets hit with the ground pound. MAK getting the chase dodge upwards. Wait a minute, okay, there it is. That should be, yes it is. The end light from the Nair into the end sig will close out that game for the red team, who take a 2-0 lead in the set.
Yeah, and you're seeing why people are consistently picking Wushang into why. Let me tell you, that Ensig is phenomenal. It's how you pick people up. It's able to catch them, you know, just landing. It's able to catch them jumping. It's an amazing finisher to combos as well. And because of just how active it is so easy for your teammate just to be able to find the follow-ups into it. This was a bit of a sad game. This felt doable for MAK and Vecinaa, but then Vecinaa ended up just SDing on his last stock out of nowhere. It was also doable. It was all fine, and then he just never touched the side of the stage. I don't know what happened. You know, sometimes controllers have a tendency to spontaneously combust in their hands. So that's you know, definitely a possibility. But we're going into the next game, but I can't help but feel like a little bit bad for the blue team, because that game could have just gone so much differently for them had it not been for that premature SD.
We see quite a bit of a swap here as we see the level 100 Sidra come out from Vecinaa. A cannon player at heart looking to pick up a sword, which is interesting because sword maybe not in the greatest spot in the 1v1, but we just saw Yuz find a lot of success in the previous set on stream with the Sir Roland, so maybe trying to get some inspiration from that. And the red team will stick to the double gauntlet comp with Ong and Teska. We get into game number 3 here as the blue team needs to reverse 3-0 to make this win happen.
Yeah, so you mentioned it. You know, the thing about Sword, though, is that it still brings a lot of consistency onto the table. Just having D-Light into recovery, D-Light into Seal as well. It's a lot of reward that you get off of it, so we'll see if Vecinaa is able to get anything. But at the moment, Vecinaa knocked off stage here. Tavares going in against MAK, who is just stuck in the corner. Tavares, he keeps looking for these big openings. He wants his dash jump neutralized. He's backing off. He wants to catch a landing with a sideline as well. Man, these double gauntlets from RTG and Tavares are menacing.
Get into... Okay, that's a big conversion for the blue team, but they both miss their N6 there, and they lose a lot of that momentum, and now the red team have an opportunity, but they send Tavares off stage, who hits a downer, gets back. Wow, that was crazy, almost getting the flip.
But that's why Vecinaa is playing the sword, because you get the D-Light and you're able to connect it, I feel like, a lot easier than Spear D-Light, right? While Spear also has, like, you know, D-Light recovery, D-Light sail, D-Light is very explicitly an anti-air or a dodge read, as opposed to something that you can always initiate with, like you can on sword. Vecinaa deep off stage. Tavares, is he going to be able to get the edge guard? He goes through the weapon toss, but instead he plays it safe. He goes in and just converts onto MAK instead. That's why you always help out your teammate first before you go for the edge guard. You get the 2v1, you get one stock on, and then you're just able to focus on the other.
I like this team combo from the red team. They get a double connection there, but the Tesca Sig can only hit one of the blue team, but they both get sent in the same spot anyway. Downlight into the sideline, waits out the dodge from Vecinaa. I like that attempt from RTG to get aggressive, but also wait for the option, look for something more lethal. The recovery hasn't connected. The blue team now looking for the down sig on Vecinaa's sword. A ground pound comes out, and Tavares avoids the very Hail Mary down there. I feel like a little bit too aggressive from Vecinaa.
Oh, but Vecinaa, he's not going to lose his stock quite yet. He had to land. Now RTG, he wants a sidelight. You know why? Because he wants that recovery. He's looking for the jump call out. He's looking for it again, but he just ends up sliding off with the D-Sig instead. Neutral recovery does it again. Red team with an incredible stock advantage.
They have an opportunity here to seal out the set. Vecinaa having the most damage on the blue team, but both of them relatively fresh stocks there. A little bit of team damage with that N-Sig on the cannon. Nice little double gauntlet combination from the red team. They get some big damage onto both of the blue team members, as both of them are in the yellow now. And that's a big N-Sig to close out that stock for the blue team. And now the blue team even it up. It's very even now.
Indeed. They just got a lot of damage to make up here. Vecinaa is off stage. Tavares gonna be hitting. That's why boots are so scary, because at any point you can decide, am I gonna send you off stage or am I putting you back in with my teammate? When you put it back in with the teammate, that's when he eats some of those side sigs. Tavares, he wanted the GCD light. He wasn't able to find it. He's still just dashing and dashing out. He gets
Vecinaa!
Vecinaa is going out there.
Almost stole the game away there with that cannon, 0 to KO, but barely able to get the dodge out in time. Going for the slide charge down to get put into the N-Sig.
Why?
And the last Hail Mary.
Gave it to him.
And now the downlight and the Nair connects. MAK just has to hold on here, but he can as the sideline into recovery comes in. And the red team take it 3-0. RTG and Tavares will continue their top 8 streak and move forward into top 8 in Spring Championship.
It was doable. It was so doable, PJ, but at the end, man, that whiff on the D-Sig like that, I mean, that just kind of ends up speaking for itself. Really good recognition from RTG that he was